Welcome to my class once again. And in today's class, we will be learning about a new chapter that is The Last Leaf, written by O. Henry. Let me tell you one thing that this is one of my favorite stories, and I like this story precisely for a reason which I want you to find it out. Here, two girls, Johnsy and Sue, comes from Greenwich Village, and they are coming together in the month of May, and they both happen to be artists, so their interests are similar. They both are painters. So because they both have the common interest, what happens is they land up to be in together in the same place, same apartment, in a 3-story building. And in the month of December, we find Johnsy falls ill, and it is common that in that seasonal types of illness spread across the valley. But there is something when we fall sick, we have a desire to live. And here comes the problem with her, with Johnsy, that she lacks that willpower, the ability, the mental strength that I should live. Once you decide to be negative, nobody can bring any recovery to you. What is happening with Johnsy? She falls ill, she becomes the victim, and she comes to a conclusion with an external factor. From the window, she could see the ivy leaves just outside, and because of this kind of winter, wind becoming very stronger, snowfall, so the leaves, they fall one by one. And now she is connecting her lifespan with the external factor which is out there. As the number of leaves fall and the leaves remain in the vine, that is how she concludes that these are the remaining days in her lives. Which means she counts 12, 11, 10. So these many leaves remain in the vine, and she is calculating that these many days remain with her to survive. And she is very stubborn. I should call that she is very stubborn. She has that fixed, rigid idea in her mind that she will die once all the leaves have fallen. So, Sue, a wonderful lady, is trying her best to change this mindset of Johnsy. But nothing is of use. Doctor comes. Even doctor is wondering what is happening. It does not seem that anything has happened, but something is in her mind that she does not want to get cured. And once you lack that ability to be recovered, who can help you out? Doctors, no one. Because that will should be there within, that I want to get recovered. So, this is what is happening, the entire conversation. Sue is trying to convince, to tell her, come on, don't do that. These are just nothing outside there. You will be alright. Tell yourself, no, I want to see how many leaves are remaining in the vines. Open the shade, open the window. No, don't focus outside. No, do that for me. And sometimes even this becomes a little bit of irritation. That what kind of calculation she is having in her mind. Obviously, and then this news reaches to that old man who is just taking care of these two ladies. And he's, what a stupid idea. What weird. How could she connect her life with an external factor out there, counting some of the leaves to decide her fate? That is silly. Now, She's counting the leaves now. 4 remains, 3 remains, and nothing is working. And when the last leaf remains there, that is the deadline for her. Now she knows that tomorrow she'll be dead. Out there, the climate was bad, the weather was bad. So she is not willing to open. But John C. insisting that we can. Then they open. What? The leaf is there. It didn't fall. The last remaining leaf is still sticking on the wall. How come? So Sue is telling, now this is better. So we will have a wonderful time together. But what we notice here, that Johnsy is telling in her mind again, okay, we'll see one more day. How irritating. Tomorrow it will fall, I know that. Once you have guaranteed your life that you are going to die tomorrow, then why do you want to connect with this external factor? So I know it will fall tomorrow. So tomorrow it will fall and I will die tomorrow. Twilight came, night came, morning when she wakes up, she wants to see what happened out there. She wants to see. And then Sue opens the window and it is still there. And only then Johnsy realizes her mistake. That the desire to die is a sin, is a bad in life. The desire not to live is sin, is bad for one's own character. And she realizes that she had been making a mistake. Now, what happens to that leaf? What exactly is that leaf? Is a matter to be discussed. You see, that remains a suspense. With that, let us now enter into our story. The Last Leaf, written by O. Henry. Now, talking about the author, William Sidney Potter is, as I have told you, is his real name, and he writes using his pen name, O. Henry, an American writer. Now, characters, Johnsy, I have already spoken about Johnsy, the character who falls ill, suspected pneumonia, and she is lacking the will to survive. Sue is a wonderful character in this story. She is trying to give faith, hope, and remove the negative mentality from Johnsy. And doctor obviously is wondering what's wrong with her. No medicine will be working. When the patient has no desire to survive, no medicine can help him or her. And that is what the doctor is suggesting. That I'm sorry, 1/10 is the chance of surviving. And then old Behrman, and this Behrman is a wonderful character. We will find the nobility in him, the amount of sacrifice which he makes. Old age. I tell you, you will fall in love with this character. So Sue and old Behrman, these two are amazing. They both are trying to support Johnsy, giving hope. That's something good you must think about. That both are artists, so they stay together and they make their own studio where they stay. And bottom of that house there is staying that Behrman. Now they met in May and now in November. Now in November, a cold, many were getting affected. Johnsy also suffered this. As the days went on, it became worse and worse. She has decided not to live. If you don't want to live, then who can help you to live? So once the doctor is gone, Sue went inside and she cried a napkin to a pulp. It simply means that she cries so much that the napkin was fully wet. So, simple meaning. She's staggered into struggling to go. Tired, right? When somebody is not willing to live and happens to be your dear one, then you feel bad. And the same thing is happening here with her. Now, as Sue was painting, she heard some noise. Where is it coming from? Okay, fine. So Johnsy is making that kind of noise. And then she goes close to her. And then, what happened to you? Now, Johnsy is not talking anything. Just simply, she heard that 12. What happened? What 12? 11. What happened now? What are you counting down? What's wrong with you? Just 10. My dear, what happened? What's wrong with you? 9. That means she's watching something outside, out there, and she's just counting. And what is it, dear? 5. What do you mean by 5? Leaves on the ivy vine. When all have fallen, that would be the day. My last day. How stupid idea, right? An idiotic statement is this. And nobody can change her mind from her belief. She believes. If the belief is so strong, then nothing will work. So, this is what Johnsy has made up her mind. There goes another and I will go too. There goes another and I will also die. Another one is there. And then with that I will also die. Johnsy continued to look outside, waiting for the last leaf to fall. She's just counting the day. When the last leaf will fall, I will also die. Now, Sue requested Johnsy to sleep meanwhile, so that she can go and meet Behrman. In the same house, she needs a model for her painting, and Behrman would come and then will give a pose, and then she would be drawing. Now, who is Behrman? We have here seen the characters that Behrman earned little by serving as a model, to the young artist. Old Behrman feels ridiculous with Johnsy's statement. So when he hears this, how foolish Johnsy is, he expresses his remarks. Even this old painter had a dream, painting a masterpiece before he goes away. Okay, fine. So Behrman is also a painter, but he has only a dream to make a masterpiece before he dies. That is the dream he has. He comes, and he came there to give a pose as a model. So outside, you have now continuous persistence, continuous rain and snowfall and cold, all those things. Next day, now she knows that there was a rain yesterday. There was snowfall, there was wind. So surely that leaf must have fallen. That means today is the last day for her survival. She would also die. Now, she tells Sue, open that shade. There still stood against the brick wall a brave ivy leaf. Brave ivy leaf. I mean, as if against all the odds of the weather, the leaf was determined to save Johnsy and therefore stood there against all the difficulties and struggles. See the word Johnsy says now. Now, this is supposed to be a good news that in the midst of difficulties, struggle, the leaf continues to stay. But Johnsy is not able to accept that. I thought it would surely fall. I thought it would surely fall. See the kind of mentality she has developed. I heard the wind. It will fall today and I shall die at the same time. If this is what the faith you have, then who can protect you? Well, at night the leaf is there. There was a rain, but even in the rain, that leaf is still there. So the next day, as the next day came, the leaf is still there. At this point, when she knows that nothing is happening to that leaf, she gets the message that it is really weird, awkward to think about dying. So it is a sin to think about death. She now asks for broth, something to eat. Doctor comes and says, "Wow, you are getting better. That's really amazing. Now let me go down. There is another patient I have got." And who is that? Bearman. And there is a very little chance for him to survive, but still he has requested to be taken to a hospital for there is minimum chance for his survival, but he's not giving it up. He wants to live at all cost. So let me go and have a look at him. And what kind of person? It seems like he is an artist. Now you have to understand these two characters in different way, okay? One side there is a nobleness, and one side you have found filled of negativity, filled of unwanted things. And then what happens here? Next day, Sue gets the news that old Bearman died. Gender is the one who cleans house. When she came to clean the house, she found that old Bearman was lying down in a severe condition with no one to help. In his room, there was one lantern still lighted. And it looks like whole night he was busy somewhere outside. He was doing something outside, not inside. How do you know that? Because his clothes were wet. Sleepers were wet. So they found him. Lantern still lighted. There was a ladder. He was trying to drag it. It looks like he was trying to fix that ladder against a wall. And then they also found painting brush. There is a mixture of green and yellow color. So what was it doing? So now we can guess. See, a man who decided at all cost to save a life, and in return he is losing his own life. How amazing. Beautiful, beautiful character. Old man determined to live. He himself takes initiative that he should be taken to hospital. He wants to survive, but he also wants that young girl like Johnsy must also survive. And in the process, he is sacrificing his own dear life. Do you know why the ivy leaf never fell? The end of the chapter.